Task 14B is here. In this task, similar to the previous task, we have a new sorting algorithm, something called bubble sort. The key difference between the bubble sort and selection sort is that at the inside of the bubble sort loops, we have something called task pass, which is basically a Boolean variable. Uh, this Boolean variable is taking the role of like the break statement because uh, it's meaningless to repeat the loop if you're not gonna swap between two variables and you're sure that you not will do it. So in the case that it's not something necessary to swap between variables, does as boolean variable is taking its role and doing its job, and uh, basically we will skip through the whole this um, loops part. So therefore, we will earn efficiency by just not going through all the stuff. In the case that we don't need to swap between variables, and it's only efficient if our array is already nearly sorted. In the case that or array is not near close to being sorted, its efficiency is kind of wasted, and it's not much as apparent as it was nearly sorted. So that's how the bubble sort works actually. Can we say that it's slightly better selection sort? That could be true. Uh, anyways, let me dive into the array. But before that, I have to give full clarification about the pseudocode and the loop itself. At the first, we have a function of with an input of one dimensional array, and after that, we declare an I and j values and temporary value to hold, or if we gonna do a swap in case that it's necessary. So to do that, we have we have a temporary variable. At the third part, we will have a loop of index one till the end of the end, and a boolean pass variable, as I said before, as explained before. Fourthly, at the inside of the loop, if the current item is bigger than the next one, we will swap them. Otherwise, there will be no swap operation. And if the case that in the case that if there is no swap operation, uh, our boolean pass variable will take its job, do its job, and we will skip through the this part. Let me turn. If there is no swap operation, as we will pass through it, and we will go for the next index. So uh, in here we have at the innermost part we have such a for loop. Our condition is my array length minus I, because um, it's just meaningless to basically it's let's let's me give an example in here. Uh, we have such a array in here. It's not sorted, so we're gonna sort according to the bubble sorting algorithm. It will take such a let me show how it's gonna do such a sorting step by step. At the first scanning, I'm talking about the largest outermost loop in here, about the scanning. That's not the same thing, but you got it. At the beginning, we have such a array. At the first scanning, we will first check the first two variables, and we can see that it's not in the correct order, so we swap them, and we are still in the first loop, by the way. We're not repeating the othermost part yet. So uh, next time we are checking between 5 and 8, and we can see that they are in the correct order, so we're not going to touch that, and we will skip these parts by the help of task pass false. And We will check these two uh, index 2 and 3. Yes, as we can see, they are not in or correct order. We will replace them, swap them, sorry. uh, and we are still in the first for loop, by the way. Yeah, at the last part we can see that 8 and 2 at the correct order as well as, so we replaced by them too, and we reached until the end of the or array, and that's the point that we finished or the first iteration. So it's time for the second iteration. uh, it's taking place in here. We already checked these two, so it's meaningless to check them again. So we will pass them as does pass do. Uh, in here we can see still will passing. In here we can see that 6 and 2 are not correct order, so we will replace them. Uh, and here as well. So we replaced in here. 6 and 8 is in the correct order. We passed. Again, we finished our loop and we are turned back to the beginning part. It's our third scan. Again, we are checking, and we can see that it's not correct order. We replaced them. We finished our loop again. We are returned back. And lastly, we are sorted them all in the correct way, but it's still not over yet because we have to verify it. So after that uh, iteration completed, it goes one more time to make sure that everything is okay. There is a let's say secret iteration in here, so it's gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iterations in total. After that, we are returning back our my array as it's supposed to be. In here, we have an example in here. It's the same as the previous one, but doesn't matter. Um, yeah, we will sort print it so like that, and as we can see, it's working pretty okay. As I said before, it's not an efficient way to put it through if our array is too big, but in a smaller cases, if let's say 25 variables, it's not that many much. It's okay to use such a sorting algorithm. It wouldn't make that such a difference.